Make some pulled pork tomorrow, but first I need to rub down the pork butt with a good rub. I have a 1/4 cup of smoked paprika, 1/6 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/8 cup of salt. After that I'm going to need the same amount of garlic powder. I'm going to need a tablespoon of black pepper. I will need a tablespoon of chili powder. I will need a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of cayenne pepper. I usually just call it Kanye West pepper because I don't like trying to say that. We need some cumin. We have no cumin left. That kind of sucks. Hopefully that's not too essential. And then we have ground mustard. So we have our rub, so I'm just going to go ahead and mix this all together. And then we're going to rub it all over the pork. And then we're going to let it set until tomorrow morning when I put it on the smoker. What I like to do with any meat before I do anything with it is I just like to give it a tap dry or a pat dry with a paper towel. So I had that rub that we just made with the bunch of ingredients from Taste of Lily Tea website. I didn't have enough cumin and I omitted the chipotle, but everything else is the same. So I'm just going to give this a generous rub down. And what I'm seeking to do with this rub is just coat it nice and liberally and then letting it sit for 12 hours hopefully is going to impart a bunch of flavor and just let that salt and those seasonings go through all of the meat. So I'm just going to cover this, put this in the fridge, and then next time we're on camera it'll be in the morning. I'm going to be preparing the smoker so that we can put this in and have some nice pulled pork tomorrow.
It's super early, 6:30 in the morning. Got to get this pork butt on the smoker. We got frost on the table right now. 30 degrees, it's supposed to be 70 today. Hopper's looking a little bit low. I've got oak and hickory blend in there. So I'm actually gonna mix up a little more and put this apple pellet in there as well. I'm gonna change the top stack right here, roll it out a bunch, so allow the smoke to come out. I think the recommended spot is about halfway up. Got some smoke behind me, so I'm gonna go ahead and crank up the temperature to 225. And then we're gonna put the pork butt on the smoker. I almost forgot a very important part. We need to add water to the water tray. And I also grabbed a drip pan so that I can catch all the drippings from the pulled pork so it doesn't get all messy. Oh, that's no good. Now it's time to get that bad boy on the smoker. Fat side down. Up. There we go.
So we're currently at an internal temperature of about 101 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and we're going to spritz it down. Go ahead, we're going to spritz this again and then we're going to also check the water, make sure we got enough water in there. Go, put it back in, wait till it hits 205. Pork is all done, hit an internal temperature of 203 degrees. I have it in foil. I'm going to actually loosen this up a little bit and then we're going to let this rest for a little while. Alright, so we got the pulled pork. It's been resting for about 30 minutes and I know I should rest it for an hour, but I'm super hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this apart. Hopefully it will all work well. I haven't even looked at it since I brought it in. So a good case, if it's a good pulled pork, the bone will just come right off. I mean, I don't know, it didn't come off completely cleanly, so I don't know, I hope it's good. Well, some of this is pulling apart really easily, but honestly, I got other parts that aren't pulling apart as easily. So I think I messed up on my pulled pork right here by not letting it either rest long enough, or I decided to up the temperature on the cook because I was getting impatient and hungry and it wouldn't have been done until like 9 o'clock at night if I didn't. Also, you'll notice as I'm pulling this that I'm keeping it in all the juices that are in the pan. I just like the flavor that it adds with the additional juice on that, and it gets re-soaked, especially after the pulled pork is more than a day old. So before I pull everything, I do want to take a little piece out Here we go. That's really good. Really tender. Really, really nice. Another piece. So how does Lizzy T's pulled pork recipe measure up? I have to say, overall, I thought it was delicious. However, I have used Bad Byron's butt rub before on my pulled pork, and I think that Bad Byron's butt rub turned out to be better. And it saves me from having to mix all of the rub myself together, so it's a lot more convenient. The flavor difference might be because I was missing a couple of ingredients from Lizzy T's rub. Additionally, I thought leaving the dry rub on the pork overnight would have improved its flavor, but instead it didn't. I'm thinking maybe I would need to brine it in the future to make sure that I have a more savory pulled pork. Overall though, as I said, it was delicious, and the cook wasn't too bad. The prep wasn't too bad either. It just took forever, but pulled porks and other low and slow meats always do. So overall, I give this recipe a 4 out of 5 begging dogs. So if you're wondering about the begging dogs, this is because I asked my kid what we should rate with. I said, should we do chef's hats? Should we do spatulas? Then I made an off-the-wall comment like, should we do parakeets? And we ultimately ended up settling on begging dogs. Till next episode, bye.